Zico sits at his desk with a laptop open in front of him and a book placed quietly beside it. Today feels different to him. He tells himself that this time he will truly focus, avoid all distractions, and finally complete the work he has been delaying for so long. He cracks his fingers slowly, adjusts his chair to a comfortable position, and takes a deep breath. In his mind, this is the perfect moment to begin a highly productive session without wasting any time. But suddenly, his phone lights up with a small notification. It is just a tiny glow on the desk, yet it is powerful enough to pull his attention away from everything else in the room. Without even realizing what he is doing, Zico's hand starts moving toward the phone automatically. Not because he truly wants to check it, but because his brain has been trained to respond instantly. Now he is scrolling through short videos one after another. Bright colors, fast clips, quick entertainment. His eyes are locked on the screen and he completely forgets why he sat at the desk in the first place. Time begins to move silently. Minutes start passing like seconds while Zico remains lost in the endless stream of content flowing through his phone. After a while, he suddenly looks at the clock and realizes how much time has already passed. A wave of shock hits him as he wonders where all that time disappeared. Feeling guilty, Zico quickly puts the phone away from the desk and turns back toward his laptop, trying hard to regain control of his focus. But something feels strange now. His mind is no longer calm. Thoughts are jumping from one place to another, creating a noisy mess inside his head. He tries to read a line from the book, but after reaching the end of the sentence, he realizes he did not understand a single word of it. Zico holds his head in frustration. He starts wondering why focusing has suddenly become so difficult for him compared to before. He thinks this might be laziness or lack of discipline, but deep down, something else is happening that he does not yet understand. Every notification, every scroll, and every short video is slowly training his brain to expect constant and fast stimulation all the time. His mind is becoming used to quick entertainment where things change every second, instead of slow and meaningful effort. Because of this, normal tasks like reading, studying, or working now feel boring and uninteresting to him. Books feel too slow. Work feels too heavy. Studying feels like a painful task that requires more effort than his brain wants to give. But the phone still feels exciting, bright, and full of instant entertainment that requires no effort at all. Without realizing it, Zico's attention span is shrinking a little more every single day. His focus is being pulled in multiple directions at the same time, making it impossible for him to concentrate on one thing. Just like a battery that drains even when not in use, his mental energy is slowly being consumed without doing anything meaningful. Zico feels strangely tired and mentally exhausted, even though he hasn't completed any real or meaningful work. His body is sitting still, but his mind feels completely drained. What Zico is experiencing is known as attention overload, a state where the brain gets overwhelmed by too much stimulation and loses its ability to focus properly. The good news, however, is that the human brain is powerful and flexible. With the right steps and small changes, it can slowly repair and rebuild its focus again. So Zico decides to take the first simple step. He places his phone far away from his desk, out of his reach and out of his sight. He sits quietly for a few moments without any screen in front of him. No sounds, no notifications, no movement, just silence. Then he sets a timer for 25 minutes, deciding that during this time, he will do nothing except one important task. He reminds himself that only one task matters right now. Nothing else in the world deserves his attention during these minutes. There is no music playing, no scrolling, no background noise. Just pure silence and Zico sitting alone with his work. Slowly and gently, his mind starts to calm down. The storm of thoughts inside his head begins to settle. The mental noise that was jumping around earlier starts becoming less and less noticeable. Zico begins working again, but this time he is not rushing. He is moving slowly, patiently, and carefully through his task. Without realizing it, he enters a deep focus state where he forgets about everything else around him. The strong urge to check his phone starts becoming weaker with every passing minute. Distractions that once felt powerful now start losing their control over his mind. For the first time in a long while, Zico feels like he is in control of his own attention again. He realizes that the real problem was never his laziness, but the constant habit of checking his phone again and again. Now he clearly understands the trap that was silently stealing his time and focus every day. And more importantly, he learns how he can escape this trap by repeating these small focus sessions daily. He notices that when distractions are reduced, His mind feels clearer, lighter, and more peaceful. Zico looks toward you, silently inviting you to follow the same journey and take back control of your own focus and attention.